Hi, it's Ferris J the Thought Gardener here with my snoozy dog Sally, who you may hear in the background. And today I wanted to share 2 tips with you that were really useful for me this weekend. And this weekend on Sunday morning, it was a glorious morning. The sun was shining, I was awake early, oh, it was beautiful. And I awoke with a head full of crazy thoughts, a head full of niggling anxiety. Some of it I couldn't even put my finger on, and a kind of nervous worry about the future and things I had planned. And of course I do EFT tapping, and I did a little bit of tapping just on those thoughts that were swirling around. And it didn't really do a lot. So I started asking some questions. Well, what can I do differently here? And 2 things helped me and came to mind, and I'd like to share both of them with you in the hopes that if you are feeling stressed and have all anxious or nervous thoughts in your head, that it can be of use to you. The first is from Sylvia Hartman's book Energy EFT, and it's about understanding stress. And she's talking about how when people are stressed, they say and think and do and feel all sorts of things that they wouldn't say, think, do, or feel if they weren't stressed. They'll say things like, oh, I can't cope, I don't have what it takes, I'm just a loser, everybody hates me, I wish I'd never been born. And it kind of feels real at the time. And as she says, it's a flood of stress talk. None of it's really true. None of it has any relevance or information about the real problem or what's going on. And so she says to de-stress before you would tap at the issue at hand. Now, when I read that, it reminded me of something else I know, that we often take on other people's stresses and other people's crazy thoughts. I've learned about this recently from the teachings of Access Consciousness. Now, they have a specific tool you can use. You can ask a question. Who does this belong to? Is this mine? You're not actually looking for an answer. It's bringing up that energy. And then they use a clearing statement, return to sender with consciousness attached. Now, that's one way you can do it. I've been doing something similar in my tapping before, of just releasing and letting go. Any of this that is not mine, I let it go now. And that's just as effective if you're not familiar with that Access Consciousness work and aren't inclined to use it. So that's what I would encourage people to play with, to look at that when the crazy is up. First of all, to remember, it's stress talking. It's not really you, it's the stress talking. And secondly, to look at, is that even yours? Are you just picking up other people's crazy thoughts? We do that so much. So many of us are sensitive. My friend, the Access Consciousness facilitator, Rachel O'Brien, says, we are like psychic SpongeBobs. We can just sponge in all those crazy thoughts from other people and then think of them as ours. I say we then kind of wear them as our own, we buy into them. Now, what I did on Sunday morning was a combination of both of them. I tapped out stress and I released any of it that wasn't mine. I'm not going to do a full round of this in this video because it's going to take too long, but I'll just give a quick example using some of the points of how to do this. So you could be just tapping all the stress, all these crazy thoughts in my head. What if I could just let them go? What if I could just let them go? And what if some of them aren't even mine? What if some of this stress isn't even mine? I release and let it go, no matter where it came from. I release it from my body. I release it from my energy systems. I just let it go. This crazy stress, it's not helping me, so I let it go. No matter where it came from, my past, from family, from friends, whatever has triggered this crazy, I let it go. And if you use the Access Consciousness tools, you can add a return to sender with consciousness attached. That's their phrase, their clearing phrase for that. Or return to origin with consciousness attached. And when you do that, you're not sending it back to a person. You're not sending it back to your mother, your brother, your sister. It's like going way back in time, sending it to the origin of where that kind of crazy thought originated. So those are different ways that you can play with that when you're stressed. And I hope those tips are useful for you. As a reminder, if you've got the crazy thoughts going on in your head, don't try and tap straight on each crazy thought. Do a round to help you de-stress. And tip number 2, ask yourself, is that even mine? And see what happens when that happens. Sometimes when I use that, even if I say, is that even mine? Those thoughts can disappear. And again, it's not about who, even though it says who does it belong to, it's not about who it was, who you picked it up from. It's just about knowing, maybe this isn't mine, I've just taken it on. I can just let it go. That has made a huge, huge difference for me. Let me know how you get on. You can leave me a message in the comments below or over at the blog post. And I do have other videos demonstrating the tapping points and around straight through. If you're looking for that, I will leave a link for that below as well. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Ferris J. Bye for now.